Hey guys, this is the Elite Mastermind group, and we are here live. We want to share some good news with you guys, and today we're going to talk about the topic of how are we surviving and how are we keeping our businesses afloat. And just we wanted to share ideas. We have Nick Vidal, health coach. We have an entrepreneur, Lisa. She's a real estate investor. We have Victor Reynoso. He is a contractor. So we have a variety of things. And then we have Ryan Kearns, which he's an online marketer. And, I'm sure he's going to have a ton of valuable content to give us today. How are we staying ahead of keeping our business going during these times of quarantine, right, guys? We guys are kind of quarantined and we can't open our businesses. At least here, most of the countries, only essentials can be open, right, guys? I believe that's what's happening right now around the country. I know in the state of Pennsylvania, New York, and New Jersey, only essential businesses are open, gas stations and things like that. So I guess I'm gonna start with you, Nick. What advice would you give to business owners? How are you keeping going?
Yeah, so I'm Nicholas Vidal, functional health detective. I'm a functional medicine health coach. And so I have a physical business, a physical location. I look at blood work. I do things with supplements and stuff like that. And what has happened, because businesses had to shut down their physical locations, I'm now trying to rework my brain and say, okay, if I was to start my business from scratch and bring it 100% online, how does that look? And so pretty much I'm trying to think of my customer or ideal client and be able to package such a service that can be delivered online and also increase more community. So maybe doing things inside of a Facebook group, getting people on Zoom calls like this, still being able to coach people in that respect. Also from a local business standpoint, like all health and wellness professionals are all going through the same crisis right now, especially things like trainers, yoga studios, Pilates studios. A lot of these are all physical businesses. So if customers do not show up, those businesses are going to lose quite a bit of money. Not only that, because gyms and things are closed, you have a lot of people that are trying to cancel their memberships. So now their cash flow is being stopped. So my whole brainstorming on that is, how do we connect with each other as a professional community? And how do we come together and maybe cross promote each other, maybe put together some type of online program or online coaching, whether we can take different apps and send out training programs or nutrition plans or different diet plans. We could essentially take the same thing that we were doing before and actually transfer it directly online. And that's what we're doing in the health and fitness industry. But what I would say to you guys watching, even if you're in a different industry, sort of think how we can start to leverage our services online. Even if we deal with physical things such as real estate, is there perhaps a way we can make a course or some type of education around helping others through this time, or giving some good tips and strategies and tactics? So that is sort of what I'm personally doing. Because there's no guarantee of when things are going to settle down. So in my mind, it's sort of from here on out, everything needs to be 100% online. So that is my full focus, and that is how I'm going to get through this. And it's also making me realize on a personal level, wow, now I have to completely shift what I was doing. The key takeaway when going online with a service is the service needs to be more niched, because there's many, many, many more people competing in the same industry. So the more niche you are, the more focus and attention you will grab. And then from there, that is how you can best grow your business online.
Perfect. Ryan, what are your thoughts?
Okay, so I've been fortunate enough to, not really feel the full effects of this so far, because I had an online membership business that I'm partnered with. They're my client, they're my partner in some senses. That was completely 100% online, recurring monthly memberships. And since everything happened, we've seen the memberships actually go up. Okay, so completely unique situation. I understand it's completely different than most businesses have happened during this. But so I've been lucky in that sense, but I've been unlucky in other senses, like the fact that I was doing an online product launch during everything, which is fine, except for the fact that sales just completely fell off a cliff. The sales just dropped off, pretty much overnight. People stopped buying online stuff, offline stuff. There is some online stuff that's still selling, don't get me wrong, but it's slowed down a lot. So what I did was I immediately pivoted and started giving free products up front to collect leads and then show them the paid products still. But as long as I'm getting the lead, I've seen that the lead costs have dropped off dramatically. So, we're putting money into Facebook ads, Google ads, and what we're seeing is that we're getting more for our money, more leads for our money, less sales for the time being, which is okay. It's completely okay as long as we know what we're getting into, right? We know how much we can spend per lead because of the lifetime value of our customers. So what we do is we buy as many leads as we can as long as the price is cheap, like it is right now. And so far, my business has been relatively unaffected other than the product launch I did, which I was explaining. Sixfiguremembership.com. That's where I'm showing people how to grow memberships like this that have been completely unaffected in this market downturn. Exactly. I'm showing them step by step. I just launched an audiobook and 2 other programs as well. But so what happened is it's hard to launch right now. That's my point. It's pretty hard to launch as you're creating something new and trying to bring it to the market. You're not going to see the sales that you would normally see from like a large product launch, from my experience. So what I'm doing, like I said, is just collecting those leads and following up with everybody. I'm using this time to 2 things: collect and connect, right? Collect and connect. And that's all I'm doing all day, every day, collecting leads, connecting deeply with each person as much as I can, as much as reasonably possible. You don't need to be like reaching out to every single person one-on-one, but if you have a Facebook group or a small tight-knit community, your email list, these places where the lead is a layer closer to you, you want to be connecting as much as possible with your leads and just talking to them. There are people, they're going through things right now. They're regular everyday people that have problems, they have issues, they also have good things going on in their life, things that they're striving for, their desires, goals. Just talking to them about those things and trying to provide as much value as I possibly can in each and every single thing that I do. Every single post, every single email, every single thing I do is just, I'm putting more focus, more energy into it to connect with people closer, because there's more noise than ever online right now as everyone's inside in their home. So that is really what's been going on during these times for me. And I can't wait to hear what everybody else says too.
So there's a lot. You gave us a lot, man. You gave people a lot to unpack there. I just want to focus on you for a little bit because your stuff is really powerful for business owners right now. So sixfiguremembership.com is a place where a thing you created where people can go and learn how to create an online course. Is that what this is? I just want to make sure that I'm clear with that.
Yeah, so there's a difference between online courses and memberships.
Membership.
So Six Figure Membership, it focuses on membership sites where you're getting monthly recurring revenue every single month, because it's more stable, it's more predictable. It allows you to cover your overhead in your business so that you don't have to worry about paying your employees, about keeping the lights on, about paying the rent. And then everything above that is just, gravy. It's just icing on the cake, if you will. So I'm showing people membership sites at sixfiguremembership.com, exactly how to build membership sites where you build up a community of people that are paying you monthly. And it can change your life, because you can focus on your purpose, on your passion, the things that you're truly passionate about, and connecting with people in that lane, in that passion lane, where you can come from a place of, this is what I love to do every single day, and show up and provide for those people. and it's super powerful. It's like the best thing ever.
Lisa, do you have any, Lisa, Vic, do you guys have any questions for Ryan? I'd like to keep kind of the focus on Ryan here, because Ryan has really got some good content here. Do you guys have any questions for Ryan, or would you guys like to chime in on what you guys are doing, and what kind of advice would you give to someone listening or watching how to keep their business going during these times?
So I definitely have some questions for Ryan. I'd love to learn more about your six-figure membership.com website. I mean, there's a lot that I'd like to know about it. As far as for what I'm doing with my business during this time, and how I'm keeping everything going. So a lot of what I was doing before was remote. I am a real estate investor. I do have one part of my company that's mainly focused on acquisition and acquiring income producing assets. So any kind of properties that produce rental income, that's one aspect of my business. The other aspect of my business is the consulting arm of my business. And a lot of that I do is in commercial real estate. So right now, in terms of the commercial world, commercial multifamily and commercial retail, those assets are still moving at this time. Right now, people are still looking to buy those assets. So in that regard, you know, I haven't been affected too much. I did get a response from one of my agents on one of the assets I had for sale that, hey, his office is not going to be working on it at this time due to, you know, the issue with the virus and everything like that. You know, and that was an office out of Western New Jersey. But aside from that, things seem to still be moving on the real estate front, on the commercial side, which is pretty cool. A lot of people are still looking to buy right now, which is fantastic. So I'm still very excited about that. And then, of course, with my own rental properties, you know, I'm in a situation right now where I do not have any Section 8 tenants. As we know, Section 8 is a guaranteed income. You know, those checks will come from the government no matter what, unless they do a government freeze. And even if they did, they'd still issue the checks at some point once the freeze was lifted. So I'm definitely like referring my tenants to United Way. United Way is an organization, and they're helping people to assist, you know, with food and rent and, you know, expenses that they have, things of the such. They're basically collecting, you know, people's zip codes and redirecting them to a local organization in their area that could help with those things. So I still want to get my rent as a landlord.
Absolutely.
And I'm sorry?
No, absolutely. I just said absolutely.
Yes, yes. So so basically, you know, that's how I'm kind of like weathering through this time. Also, this is a great time to buy. Mortgage companies are still giving out low interest rate loans. So great time to collect assets. We know as investors that, you know, when the market goes down, it's time to buy. It will go back up. It won't stay like this forever. And I believe that as long as we as investors have enough reserves in place to weather the storm, I think we're going to be okay. So that's something I would advise to anyone else investing in real estate. Make sure that you do have reserves so that you could cover the expenses during these months when things will kind of be down. But please believe they will go back up, as they always do.
Thank you for that. Vic, we have a few more minutes. Vic, what are your thoughts?
Yes. So for me, I don't have any questions for Ryan. In my field, I don't have any recurring membership clients that I would think of. Maybe that's something that I can brainstorm during this time that I have here at the house. For me, the way that I'm weathering the storm with the strategies in my business, construction, real estate, investing, what I'm doing is I'm actually studying the market a little bit more, and I'm hitting the community with direct mail marketing, and we're explaining to the homeowners how we can assist them in the sales of their home if they're interested in selling. And we do that by sending out a pamphlet, and we explain to them how we can save them in time. We can do a quick closing. As long as the numbers work, we can move very, very quickly with the sale of the home. I was interested, actually, as Lisa was saying, with the consulting arm of the business. Lisa and I are going to be starting doing a syndication in commercial real estate. And question I would have for Ryan and Lisa's behalf is for recurring monthly memberships for consulting. How would you assist in that manner, Ryan?
So you want to do recurring monthly memberships for consulting?
Correct.
So is it going to be like direct coaching with you and Lisa?
Well, Lisa would do the coaching.
Okay.
Lisa would do the coaching. So just trying to help her out a little bit. See if she gets clients in the consulting world.
Right. So what are the typical clients that you're consulting with?
So guys, I just real quick, remember that we this is for the masses. So I want to make sure that we're keeping it, that we're keeping the information we're giving to people. Let's talk about that particular subject offline, about that particular situation. I'm helping you guys with your business offline. Let's just keep it where we're focused on giving people different strategies to help them. Does that make sense? Right? That makes sense. We'll talk about that in just a moment. But while we're doing this, let's kind of keep it streamlined. Is there any other thoughts anyone wants to share? Nick, is there any thoughts you want to share? Any last words of encouragement, last words of advice? Everyone, let's go around the room, giving last words of encouragement and last words of advice for those entrepreneurs figuring out a way to weather this storm. Really quick, 20 seconds, 30 seconds each.
Yeah, we can utilize this time to change and adapt. And regardless of the current business model that we have or the current business that we're in, perhaps there's another skill set, perhaps there's another talent, perhaps there's another superpower that you may have that can be leveraged online. That could something you can teach, something you can educate, something you can exchange value through. So it's my key advice here is let's just think outside the box. We know the businesses that we have, but how can we make that a little different? Maybe there's something we could add on to a business that we currently have. Maybe it's a different way to think about delivering the services that we have. So that is my main takeaway there.
Perfect. Thank you for that. Ryan, what would you like to last words of wisdom and advice?
So I already said connect and collect. So that's still true. Collect leads, connect with them as much as possible during these times. And really what I've been doing is using this time to grow, right? Learn, go deep into your subject of master it, right? And the fastest way to fail is to listen to nobody. The second fastest way to fail is to listen to everybody. So pick a person, right? That's going to help you through this and follow their stuff and get my audiobook at sixfiguremembership.com.
So who are you listening to?
At this time, I just bought Traffic Secrets and a bunch of other trainings from Russell Brunson. He's a great mentor of mine. I love that guy. I've read every single thing he's ever created. Big fan. So yeah, that's a really good resource for the marketing world as well.
So sixfigurememberships.com. Check out Ryan's stuff for people to deal with this stuff. Lisa, quick 20 seconds, last words of wisdom.
Yes, this is for anyone in any industry. It doesn't matter what industry you're in. Everybody's retreating right now. People are going to be pulling back on their marketing. It's time for you to dominate. Push forward right now while everyone's retreating and pulling back. So increase on your marketing, get yourself out there, get your business, your company out there. Even if people may not be buying it right now, it doesn't matter. It's a great time to get inside people's minds. And we all know the psychology behind sales is to really infiltrate people's minds and influence their decisions. So dominate. That's my advice.
Perfect. Vic, last words of wisdom.
Yeah, last words of advice is pick up the phone, connect with people, listen to them, see how you can offer any services in your field, and just be genuine. There's a lot of people going through a lot of things right now. There's a lot of concerns. Just connect with people. Just ask deep questions, and build rapport. And I've been listening to Grant Cardone lately, and he says just output, and that's going to reciprocate. And that's what I have to say.
Perfect. And thank you guys for coming up. My 2 cents is ask better question, guys. If you're an entrepreneur, start asking. Take some time to ask yourself better questions. The answers is within. Everything all these guys said, I think directly relate to that. If you ask yourself a better question, Ryan said, pick one person, follow them, help you get through this. Ask yourself, what is it that I need to learn? How is it that I can improve my business during this time? You have to ask, you have to sit down and ask those questions of yourself with a piece of paper and write things and write ideas. And all of the answers to all of the things these guys are suggesting will come to you. They will come to you. Your unconscious mind, unlock it. And I'm going to leave you with this. King Leonidas, for those that saw the movie 300, he says, no retreat, no surrender. Guys, no retreat, no surrender. Those guys just kept going. If you saw that movie 300, those guys just kept going and going. And 300 men killed armies of thousands and tens of thousands of people because they had the mindset, no retreat, no surrender. And in these times, guys, when everyone is in fear, no retreat, no surrender. Keep going. Keep going. Believe in yourself. I believe in you. I believe in the American spirit. I believe that we'll get through this, and I believe that things will be much, much better in the end when we get through this. Thanks for watching, guys.